Okay, from here you have the trickiest part of this whole arrangement. At least this is the trickiest part for me. You've got a B minor. Here's B at the 7th fret. You're going to play, you're going to bar all the way across. You're going to play just the first 3 strings, and then the root B and the 6th string. And the melody note is the 10th fret of string 1. So add your pinky there. Just like that. From here you go to an E7 chord. Here's a common E bar chord, E at the 7th fret here. If you add your pinky to the 10th fret on the 1st string, that's a E7. You could put the 6th string open in the bass, you could use that E. And I'm using the 6th string open, and then I'm just playing the first 3 strings here. So that's all I really have to fret. So I go from the B minor, like this, and then I just take my 3rd finger and put it down. There's my E7. B minor, E7, and then from here I go to an A, like this. This would be a C form bar chord. Here's A at the 12th fret of string 5. You build a C form there, and I'm using the open A string and just the first 3 strings, so I'm only fretting the part of the chord I need. So you've got B minor, E7, A. And for me, this is the hardest part of the song. But when I rehearse that transition, going from the A, D, A inversion, B minor, E7, why I said this arrangement is not for beginners, and it may not be for a lot of intermediate players. It's really has some advanced fingering in here. Okay, once you get this part memorized and you've rehearsed it, go back to the beginning, put it all together. Here's the hard part. So you left off with an A right here, and what you're going to do is just take your ring finger and add it to the 11th fret on string 3, and just play that together with the 2nd string, 10th fret. It's making part of a D chord here. So you've got A, whoops, A, add your ring finger, play just these 2 notes, then you come down here to an A, melody notes on the 2nd string, and then the 1st string. E7. You're going to take this bar chord. If you add in the 7th fret of string 3, that's an E7, a little bit different than the one we used earlier. You could use the 6th string open here in the bass if you want, and just play the first 3 strings with your fingers. And if you raise your pinky 1 fret, that's an A note. Put your middle finger on that A note and build a C form bar chord minus your pinky. You're back on A. So A, E, 7. That's a C form A chord. And after this I play a little bit of A7, which leads to and results back to D. Just think of an A7 chord like this, but I'm playing the open 5th string instead, and then just fretting strings 4, 3, 2. Alright, so you've got from the beginning, here's the whole thing. Back to the beginning, so nothing new here. Up to G. Then here's where it's different. You've got that B minor again, and you've got a D chord. This is part of a G form. B minor, D, G, right, here's your G. And you can just bar the whole time through all of this. B minor, D, G. Notice my index finger just can stay in that same position. And then from there you just go to a D, that's an ordinary bar chord. Holding this D, you go to a C on the low 6th string here, 8th fret. That makes like a D7. This is kind of like a secondary dominant chord. The D7 is leading to G. There's not usually a D7 in the key of D. That E7, by the way, I didn't explain this, that E7 is not in the D major scale. That's a secondary dominant. The E7 is leading to and resolving to A, which is the 5th of D, which is leading to and then resolving back to your tonic D. So we have some secondary dominant movement in here. So you've got the D, C. This is a G chord. It's an inversion. Here's G. Get the 3rd in the bass. B, this is part of the D, this is the D form that I teach in the CAGED system. You call it a G/B, G with the B in the bass. And your melody note is here on the 1st string, 8th fret. Then it moves to the, it's here on the 2nd string, 8th fret. Then it moves to the 2nd string, 5th fret. So you have to grab it with your index finger. Then you go to an A, same melody note but with an A chord. Here's a D note, 3rd fret, 2nd string. With the D chord, that's the end. So you got once you get all these parts memorized and rehearsed and you can put it all together, then you can begin to kind of fill the space a little bit more, maybe do some finger rolls or maybe just kind of pick in between wherever there is space. As long as you're holding the chords correctly, whatever you play is fine. So I have a lot of extra finger stuff going on here, and you can try the same thing. So here's the whole thing again with some extra finger work. Well, I hope you have enjoyed this free guitar lesson. If you'd like to learn more about music theory, including scales, chords, progressions, modes, and more, then visit my website at guitar-music-theory.com. That's guitar music theory with dashes in between the words. There you can sign up for a free preview of my book and my DVDs. Well, thanks again, and be sure to rate this video and leave comments.